So, what do you say, brother? A little fire in the hole?
Fire in the frickin' hole.
All right, there you go. Let's kick this one off. I was thinking the national championship game is down in Tampa. You got Florida and that. So why don't we get a little Florida vibe?
Floridian-ish?
Yeah, I think so.
A little pit bull?
I want to go there. Right?
I'm not either. That's the whole point.
All right, so let's see if you can pick this one out.
That guy from Key West that tried to kill himself but decided to become a fucking rock star.
Isn't it something else? Have you ever been to a Buffett concert?
I have not. I have not been to a Buffett concert.
I have only heard Buffett concerts are just an experience.
You know what, though? Back in the day, I may have went once or twice.
That's right.
Yeah,
no, Buffett concerts are just... I've never heard a bad thing about a Buffett concert. That, you get the Parrot Heads, all the ones that follow them around.
The Parrot Heads.
Oh, man. I mean, that's on the bucket list to actually go see a Buffett concert.
Yep.
It's, like I said, I haven't heard anybody ever say that anything's bad about it.
Well, I can tell you this.
Yeah.
Buffett has a hell of a lot more groupies than we have. What are we in? What are we in? Week 16?
This is week 17.
17. And there is still nothing but dust on the groupie chairs, man.
So,
we're not quite the stars we thought we were, but that's all right.
All right, so what are you again?
I'm Fire.
And I am Brim Double. I'm Stone from fireandbrimstone.com, and we're at Fire Brimstone on Facebook and Fire Brim on Twitter.
This just makes you want to dance and be happy, man.
It does.
You cannot be sad.
Yeah, well,
you cannot be sad if you listen to Buffett.
Us Ohio State fans, we need something.
Oh, Jesus. We need a Buffett concert in the shoe.
Wait, right down here.
We're traumatized. Right. You know what? Trigger word, defeat. We need Buffett, man. We need a Buffett concert. Because we're traumatized.
You mentioned we got empty seats here, so we could get Buffett. We could probably fill them.
All 9? I don't know.
We might be able to have a sellout. I think we could do it.
It would end up a sausage fest, man. It's not going to work to our advantage ever.
Oh, jeez.
We can keep dreaming.
Oh, that's it. So this is podcast number 17. It's Friday, January 6th.
Still no violations from the federal government.
No, we haven't. There have been no.
We're on a roll.
And every time I walk out the door after we publish one, I look for Black Hawk helicopters, circling the house and stuff like that.
I take a different way home every time we're done recording. Just so you know.
Hey, what was that? What movie was that with De Niro and the one the gangsters? He's been a lot of gangsters.
That narrows it. De Niro in a mob movie.
Not Casino, but the other one.
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas. That's it. And at the end, he's looking up and he's whacking out because he sees the helicopters flying around and, cars following him and all that. That's what, actually, we could get notoriety if that happened. We could really, In
my experience, when the chopper's following you, it's not a good thing.
It's a problem.
It's expensive. It's expensive.
It is. Somebody makes money. It's always lawyers. Yeah. It's always lawyers. So, dude, have you done anything interesting over the past couple of days?
Yeah. We talked, a little while ago. My son graduated from Owens, and we had orientation at University of Toledo. That was cool.
Go Rockets!
Yeah, go Rockets! Could it be on the coldest day of the freaking year?
Of course it is.
Oh
Absolutely, absolutely it is. Dude, it's always that way.
My nipples fell off twice. It was ridiculous.
You got to put those pasties on. You get those pasties on.
It was brutal, man. Yeah. It was so cold.
But good for him.
It was good, man. We got around campus. We hung out. It was a good time.
Now, is he going to take something like, police,
criminal justice.
Criminal justice, okay.
Criminal justice program.
Yep. Cool. That's a cool thing. That's
got him registered and all that fun stuff. Of course, got the bill.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
They do that so quick, don't they? I mean,
what? Send you a bill? Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, immediately. Instantly. The minute that you sign up, they get the bill.
I tried to send it back. Yeah,
take me off your mailing list.
Net 60. You know what I mean? Yeah, see ya.
There is no net 60.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, that's what we kind of found out during the bankruptcy.
Yeah,
right?
no
there is
kidding.
No
There's
net 60.
No net 60. What are you talking about? Absolutely not.
Anyway.
So
that was a good time.
Cool.
Not many people on campus, obviously, because it's closed. But I was really impressed with their staff, man. The provost and the whole, that was a well-run orientation.
Nice shout out to UT there.
UT is it's a hidden gem,
man.
Yeah. And I actually asked them about that.
University of Toledo is.
I'm going because there was a team of students, who were meeters and greeters, and they did all the grunt work. And the one girl said, I grew up in Toledo,
sure,
and I didn't want to go to Toledo, and I actually went somewhere, and then I came back and I realized what a great place this was. So me being bored,
I imagine that. Is that the
ADD,
TNA?
Well, ADD,
TOA, I mean, whatever it is.
ADD, 3 PowerPoint presentations, and 4 cups of coffee.
I think I was in that meeting.
Do that math. And so I'm asking them, going, okay, you got a Toledo person going, hey, I didn't even know Toledo was this awesome.
Yeah.
Where's the marketing strategy, guys? What are you doing? I mean, you just had a major bowl game.
Yep.
I work for a company that has a ton of interns and co-ops with you guys.
Yeah.
You guys, I said, you should have an international plan. I mean, and you guys are kind of like stuck in the region.
Yeah, it's
and the provost. I mean, he was good, man. He answered it well. So, I got a really good vibe from the whole thing, man. I think they're going to help him set up for success. So
good for him. Hey, Meredith, my daughter Meredith, she goes there.
I like that whole success coach thing.
Yep.
What is that?
There was no success coach when we went to college, was there? I mean, there was like...
Oh, you got a foot in the ass. Which in today's world, I think it's a good thing, man. I think really, so too. It's their mentor, and it's not just school. It's, it's life. It's all that. You got a problem, you call that number, and that guy gets paid to help you. So that's not a bad thing.
That's the way it is, man. That's the way it is. So on the flip side here, I've been over, it's kind of quiet, over the rest of the week, from, after Christmas over to New Year's. We were watching the games and that. And, just rehabbing that knee, getting my knee in. I did sign up for the Glass City half marathon.
So the steroids are working.
The steroids are working. I mean, I'll be running in circles because my left leg will be going a lot faster than the right. So hopefully I'm taking all the corners. I'm taking right-hand turns, just kind of.
The first left-hand turn,
right.
you're done.
I'm screwed. I'm absolutely screwed.
Unless you run backwards. Run backwards.
Actually I signed up for that the day after the surgery. It's like, it's pretty nuts.
What are you thinking? The day after his surgery, because the day before you were like, I'm on the fence.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Knee's
still there.
Today I'm on 3 Percocet and this IV drip of painkillers. Let's go.
Once I concluded that the knee was still there, I said, okay, I'm all in.
Oh yeah, Olympics, here we come, baby.
I'm absolutely all in. So one thing I was intrigued by, a buddy of mine,
hold on, you have friends. Is this a buddy or is this an acquaintance?
It is a buddy, actually. Now,
so he grew up with you, and he
if we ever interview him, I don't know if he'll use the same words, but yeah, no, good.
Does he use words?
You know what? Actually, we have been friends since grade school.
Oh my God. Are those not the best?
Those are the best. I'm
telling you, man.
Absolutely the best.
My inner core of friends, dude, I knew from either like kindergarten, first grade on.
Yeah,
and that is the inner freaking core.
Yeah. It's in fact, we were friends since grade school, and then we've been friends ever since, obviously. And then both of our daughters, Madeline graduated from Notre Dame Academy with his daughter. It's like, boy, is that just weird that here we are, the stuff that we did when we were youth, and then we have kids. I mean, it's really, man, it's a Twilight Zone type of stuff is what it is.
I mean, do you remember those days when your parents were going, you just wait. And
just wait.
And those deja vu moments happen, and you want to go back to your parents.
Well, you
want to say, well, 1, you're right, but 2, that's my 3rd.
You're on a roll. Actually, it's 4. But
am I at 4? All right. Well,
we should have a counter or something. Yeah.
Well, I know that. I know that's.
Do you know how much editing I have to do now?
Don't get.
That's 5.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 6. All right. So
we got tons of blooper shit though.
So yeah, that's what we do. Believe me, we have bloopers. So my buddy Jeff calls me up and he says, "Let's get the Rousey fight, on pay-per-view." And I said, "Dude, I was tired that night and all that, and heck, the fight didn't go until about 1 o'clock our time, Eastern time. And so I said, okay, I'm glad it wasn't. And then, but I was following it. I was following it on the internet, the updates on it.
Oh, yeah.
48 seconds.
Dude.
Was she a human punching bag or what?
Again.
Did you see her face? How in 48 seconds you get beat up like that?
Well, because Nunes is one nasty, vicious striker.
But she led with her head. I mean, here's
the whole I am not going to claim to be an MMA super guru.
She should come out with a line of punching bags with her face on it. I mean, speed bags the whole shot.
Her last 2 fights that she's lost.
Yeah, well, she lost to Holly Holm and then the Nunes.
Are two of the most incredible stand-up strikers ever.
Yeah,
they're wicked, dude.
Yeah.
Holly Holmes is like 6'9", and those legs are just kicks of death, man.
Yep.
And Nunes, she's got hands, dude. She's got hands.
Okay,
no. Here's a problem.
Go ahead.
Here's a whole problem with it, man. Somebody got into frickin' her head that she should try to stand up and strike with these strikers because her striking game has got so much better. That is frickin' retarded as hell. She is
sort of go with you, but go ahead. Keep on.
But that's what she's tried to come out and do the last 2 fights. She is judo. She's a grounder and pounder. She gets you in an arm bar and she just snaps it. Her first 9 fights were nothing but arm bars. Everyone's going, "Oh my God, that's all she's got." Well, if all you have is the nastiest thing in the universe, as Vince Lombardi would say, we're going to run that play until they stop
Absolutely. That's exactly it.
She has no business standing up with these women who are known strikers.
I don't. You know who
Holly Holm is a multi-time, kickboxing champion. You look at her; she's like 6'3" with like 4 foot of leg.
Yes.
You're going to stand there and bang?
You know what? I blame her coach.
Yes,
They
need canned. They need canned.
It's her coach that screwed up on that because exactly what you said. Now, you know what? She got away with it on those early fights because
she ain't get away with nothing.
No. But she came out because one was like 13 seconds.
She fought to her strength.
That's my point. She got away with it.
She fought to her strength. You know what? And it's overbearing and it's dominant. It's almost one-dimensional, but I'm awesome.
They made the decision, okay, she is so good from the judo perspective. Yeah. She's going to do the armbar. Within 15 seconds, she's going to get the opposition. It's over with, right?
I'll tell you what. Here is a statement to martial arts in general in today's world.
Yeah.
Ronda's had how many fights?
She was like 16 and she's like 16-2, something like that. So, I mean, say close to 20. I don't think 20 fights, but, something like that.
That group caught up with her very quickly.
Yeah.
But they didn't catch up with her by doing what she did. They enhanced their strengths.
They evolved.
And thank you.
They evolved.
And then worked to defend her.
Absolutely. So 2 years from now, the next Ronda Rousey is going to have to be judo and is going to have to be able to be a striker at the same time.
At this point, that division has got to have everything.
Yeah, you've got to. She was the first. She really is kind of the one that
she was the first woman. And let's give her credit. And Nunes did a really classy job of doing this. She's like, you know what? If it ain't for Ronda.
Oh yeah, no, she's not making the money. She's not making the money that she is without Ronda.
None of us getting paid. So.
But it's evolved, and now so that you get these strikers, you get these ones that it's not just about brawling. I mean, but at the end of the day, I don't always like to say
any weakness you have in that game,
it's going to be
it will be found and exposed.
It's going to be exploited, absolutely.
And you know what? They watch film after film
after film. They go over film like an NFL
and you know what?
game.
Look, that's what she does. I mean,
that's right.
They just statistic your ass to death.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, you don't go out with a striker and try to outstrike him when you're a ground and pounder.
No.
That would be like, Holly or Nunes going, you know what? I'm going to kick Ronda's ass at her game. I am going to out judo her.
Have you ever heard of a head bob? Have you ever heard?
It's just bad, man.
She just went in there, and that's why.
Well, what happens is her footwork changes once she gets hit a couple times.
Yeah.
Judo people are heavy.
Of course.
Judo people are heavy on their feet.
And the feet, right.
They're
heavy.
Right. They're heavy. Boxers and bangers and strikers, you're on your toes. You're light. You're moving.
Judo.
And she gets smacked a couple times, and just by nature, she wants to plant.
Judo, the center of gravity is lower.
Yes,
you've got a lower center of gravity,
and then you try to get in. Yeah.
When you're a boxer, you have to have a higher center of gravity.
We almost sound like we know what we're talking
we
about.
We do.
You know,
Okay.
I guarantee you right now. Paige Van Zandt, that little 100.
Yeah.
She'd beat my ass 17 ways to Sunday. She'd break my neck.
All right. So let me ask this. Okay, we both grew up at the same time. Who is your favorite boxer? I mean, do you have any favorite
boxer
boxers
of all time?
Oh, I mean, it's hard to say one. I mean,
I loved the heavyweight division growing up as a super young kid, man. You know, Ali, Frazier, Holmes, Kenny Norton, Ernie Shaver. There were so many, man.
My goodness.
And they were always just banging the hell out of each other. And back then, 15 rounds, boy.
They went the full time. And it was on TV, too.
Oh, yeah.
It was on TV.
You know that CTE disease that all the football players have? I guarantee every one of them boxers has got it, man.
I mean,
but my favorite era was probably the era where Hagler, Hearns, Leonard.
All right. What do you have a favorite fight of all time?
Oh my God, Hagler Hearns.
Hagler Hearns, son of a bitch!
Dude,
you are it.
That's the greatest fight ever, man.
That is the absolute greatest.
The fight should have been stopped like 3 times. The hitman destroyed him, and then Hagler's face is just pulp. Both his eyes are just busted open, and then he just beats the hitman. Stupid.
Okay, it only went 8 minutes. It only went 8 minutes.
Dude, that was 8 minutes of hate and rage, man.
That
was. Oh my God. You know what? Link that to the site, man. That is the greatest fight of all time.
That is by far.
That's the greatest fight of all time.
That is by far the greatest fight of all time.
And here's what's crazy. I love the Hitman, man. I thought he underdog, as awesome as he was, and he had like how many ridiculous titles.
Yeah.
Every great fight he was in that I thought was like one of the greatest of all time, he lost. But he had it won. You know what I mean? I mean, he had Leonard. He had Leonard rocked. You know, and he gets knocked stupid. He gets dinked in the 14th round.
Yeah.
But that was my favorite era.
That was
the Hands of Stone, Hagler, Leonard, and those guys hated each other.
Part of me says I can't believe it. I can believe it that you said the exact same thing, because that is my favorite fight of absolutely all time. But you said it.
They can hit each other more. You know, the heavyweight guys, boom, it's out. But those middleweight guys, man, they were the best blend of speed, power, strength, and stamina.
There were a couple others. You know, you mentioned. Obviously, Ali, Hagler, Hearns, Foreman, Kenny Norton, who led with his head, the same thing. I mean, that guy, his arms were down next to his waist, and he would just go head forward.
He kind of had that drag leg with him. He's like, I'm just going to work this.
Dude, would you? I mean, come on. But then you go to, Leonard and Hearns and Hagler.
Yeah.
And then I used like a guy, Alexis Arguello.
Wow. That's a great name.
Danny Little Red Lopez, who is this? It was like the bantamweight. They were like 110 pounds, and he would come in, and these guys would throw 100 punches around.
Boxing is so putrid.
I know. You know what? That was the land of it. That, as far as I'm concerned,
Boom Mancini.
Boom Mancini. It was probably the end of it. But that Hagler Hearns.
God, dude, those guys hated each other. They so hated each other's guts, man.
In the first round, I remember the set, is that Hagler threw 50 punches. Not one of them was a jab. Every single one was a haymaker.
Yeah, I'm trying to kill you, man.
And then those two guys just stood in the ring and just beat the snot out of each other.
Yep.
That is, that we're going to watch it.
And Leonard Hagler, I mean, that was a phenomenal fight. Leonard won the fight by boxing. You look at the points. But he never did anything.
No, he didn't. No,
bother him, man. And I get Hag's part. He's like, that shit don't bother me.
Right.
Why am I going to avoid it?
I mean, Leonard was the intellectual boxer. He
knew
absolutely.
He had the best strategy.
Yeah.
You're not going to knock out Hagler.
No.
Especially Leonard. I mean, if you're the
just
hit
go
man,
at him.
maybe.
You go at him. That's stupid. I mean,
you outpoint him and you outbox him.
That's exactly, and that's what he did. Because when Hagler and Leonard had fought, that's what it was. It wasn't. After seeing Hagler and Hearns, everything else was like.
well, then we got teased with Iron Mike coming up.
Yeah.
I remember watching him on like Friday Night Fights on ESPN, and but then after that, everything just kind of went down. It went to hell in a handbasket, man. MMA owns it.
There was one that myself and a buddy, we were watching. It's the middle of winter. There's not a lot on, and we're watching this thing about Mike Tyson, and they showed like his first 20 or 25 fights in an hour, every single fight, because they were only 30 seconds.
They were freaking vicious, man.
But back to, he was more like Ronda Rousey. He was just a fighter. He was a brawler. He wasn't a boxer, per se.
Yep.
He, until
D'Amata got a hold of him.
Yep.
He definitely refined it, but he was just the epitome of just wicked power.
He was.
You'd be throwing punches and he'd just kind of lean on you and line you up.
Yep.
And then just like a left jab to the ribs, and then a left hook to the jaw. And then a right cross. Good night. You wake up 3 days later.
I lost respect for him when, he could take a shot to the stomach. He could take a shot to the jaw, the head, and that. But if you can't take a little ear bite off, like Holyfield, I mean, what was it? I don't know if you saw that fight. I remember watching that fight, and I was with a bunch of buddies, and we got the pay-per-view.
What kind of career did Holyfield have? Between getting his ear bit off in the ring and Birdman on the self-made helicopter flying in, getting caught in the ropes. I mean, that poor bastard. You gotta be looking and going, what?
You know what? We've devoted most of this podcast to boxing. We got to do something. We're gonna do some fun with boxing, man. That just we grew up in the time. I still think it was the best boxing. Let's
go do a podcast, Golden Gloves.
Oh,
or something,
damn, that would be fun. That would be fun. So okay, you know what? And we're talking about boxing because we don't want to talk about football.
Yeah.
Especially college football. All right,
on.
What was your favorite college football game this week? The bowl game.
Oh, by far and away, dude. Penn State and USC in the greatest Rose Bowl of all time.
It was the greatest Rose Bowl.
And I'm sorry, I'm a Buckeye fan.
Yeah.
And we've won like 6 or 7 of them. So that was the greatest Rose Bowl I've ever seen in my entire life. We talked about this game beforehand, and
we talked about it. That's right.
I was texting you back and forth.
Yeah.
I gave you some of these stats. 24-9 all time USC is in Rose Bowls.
Yep.
The most wins by far.
Yep.
The next team was Michigan with 8, and the Buckeyes was 7. There's a couple at 7.
Yeah.
But USC also has the record for the most Rose Bowl losses.
That's right.
At 9.
Because they've been in the most times. They're like the Yankees in the Rose Bowl.
But it's still 3-1 for crying out loud.
I'm telling you what. Did you 101 points?
Yeah, that doesn't suck, man.
Over 1,000 combined, yards.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It was.
Penn State gets shut out in the 4th, man.
I know. Can you believe that?
You put 49 up, and you got shut out in the 4th.
That game was.
If you look at the box score, it's 13-0 after the first.
Yeah.
It's 27-21 and a half.
Yeah.
And then Penn State explodes in the 3rd, and then USC took quarters 1 and 4, and Penn State took 2 and 3.
Now, okay, if you're in the pack,
how gross are some of these yards? Darnold 254, 194 yards for Barkley.
Wait a minute, Darnold. Okay, remember he's a freshman, right? Backup freshman.
453, 5 dirts and a pick.
I know.
453.
Holy crap. Okay, now if you're everybody else in the pack, you're going, shit. We got to play this kid for at least 2 more years. I mean, hey, you know what? And I texted you. We were texting back and forth. I go, he gives me this feeling of Roethlisberger. He just stands up in the pocket. He stands up tall.
I mean, look
he's
at
got
this.
that.
He's got that moxie.
He's got that. That's right. That's exactly right.
He's got that feel, man. I don't know.
He's got Roethlisberger in him, man.
Well, you don't want that at USC if you're not a USC fan.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, look at this. Barkley, 194 yards rushing for Penn State, out of his mind.
I know.
187 yards for Godwin receiving. 164 yards for Burnett, 133 for Smith-Schuster. Just these numbers are just gaudy, man. And their defenses are good. They're not like just like.
I suppose what really impressed me about Darnold, for USC, is he threw the ball to 9 different receivers, and that doesn't sound like a freshman. You know what I mean? Usually a freshman is going to key on 1 or 2 guys and just kind of fall in love.
Yeah,
with
he's
them,
reading
right?
the offense, dude.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
He's reading the defense. He's playing the offense. He's reading the defense, and then he is just. I was impressed. I mean, you can't help but be impressed. Okay, let's get to it. As for our Buckeyes, I was going to say, what's the most disappointing performance? I mean,
just the offense, man. I mean,
the defense kept them in the game,
and they provided opportunities.
That's right. They
provided opportunities
absolutely.
to survive and thrive, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that offense gagged. We've not had an offense worth a shit since Herman left.
You know what?
I mean, we'll do it for games here, there, and spurts, but dude, J.T. Barrett was the number 5 Heisman vote getter.
Yep.
His redshirt freshman year with Herman.
Yep.
I mean.
All right, maybe different supporting cast in that. The play calling reminded me of the Michigan State game last year.
Yeah, it's atrocious. There's no flow. There's no rhythm. There's no nothing.
You and I could have sat there and predicted exactly what they're going to do. I mean, just because if we could do it in the stands or in seats,
you think the guys that get paid $1 million?
No kidding. I mean, it was, and now but it sounds mean. But what is his name? Kevin White, whatever.
Yeah.
He's going to Texas. He's the offensive coordinator from Ohio State is going to Texas.
Yep.
Herman picked him up.
Yep.
We're getting the former head coach from Indiana, I think it is.
Yeah, and everyone's all goobly gobbly over there. I'm not impressed, man.
Let's see. Let's see. I'm not impressed with what we saw the last 2 years. The play calling has been absolutely atrocious the past
What's
2
so
years.
great about Indiana that you bring a guy in from Indiana?
Who
the hell is so freaking great that you bring somebody in from Indiana?
I don't know.
I've been lazy this week, man. I haven't done any research, but Indiana?
It's going to be interesting because J.T. Barrett says he's coming back.
Yeah,
he's going to go back.
He had to. He could not go pro now. He never get drafted.
Now, on defense, we did lose Hooker and McGloin. Yep, that's right. So we got those. So, you know what? I think they're going to be fine at defense. They're going to pick up at defense. Oh. They're going to be able to fill them up. The offensive line, the offensive line was not what it's been before. So there's a lot to work out there.
That's the problem with the Buckeyes, man. At least as great as our recruiting has been, there's little stages where those key positions, the front line or the front 7.
Yep,
they're down, and it just sucks, man. You can't do that. You gotta clean that shit up, man.
But now on the flip side, we're talking about Ohio State. Clemson just won that game. I mean, they give them
those boys in South Carolina are some athletes, man.
You know what?
They're some athletes.
Our friend Brad Sankist, from Orange and White, and we talked.
Oh, by the way, did he get 3rd-degree sunburn?
Yeah,
You know what? Let's link him to this.
We're going to have to do that.
How's that sunburn?
We're going to see how the sunburn is going. That's right. Let's be honest. They also, Watson was 23 of 36. He did have 2 picks, so he's going to have to clean that up against.
You're absolutely right, man.
He's going to clean that up against Alabama. But he as well, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He throws to 8 different receivers. I think that's impressive when you have a quarterback that throws to 8 different guys. He's taking what's available to him.
Read it and go.
Absolutely.
Well, plus, you don't have to be the starter. Hell, you could be 3rd string. You're going to get a couple of grabs. You know what I mean? That keeps people motivated.
Yeah, absolutely. So my hat's off to them. And then
In fact, I'm rooting for them. I hope they win.
Yeah. There are 6.5-point dogs to Alabama. That seems like a meaty number. I was not impressed with Alabama against Washington. Washington kept that thing close, and except for that one interception return for a touchdown, and there were 2. Alabama converted 2 turnovers from Washington 10 points.
Yep.
If you take that away, it's a 14-7 game.
Yep. And
that means that could have been a toss-up right down to the very end.
Yep.
Alabama didn't necessarily just blow their doors off and just beat them up.
Well, Washington scored first, man, and I'm going, yeah.
Same here.
They're drawing blood. Let's play,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That fizzled in a hurry, man.
I was doing the exact same thing as you.
So what do you think about just Lane going, you know what, dude, you're a douche. Go to Florida Atlantic, get off my team, man. What did he do? What was that all about, man?
You know what? There's been bad
I think that was like
those.
8. That was the 8th F-bomb.
That was at least 8th or 9th, 10th, something like that. It's along those lines. But okay. But no, he was fired. Saban, part of me says that, and we'll never.
Lane's an idiot,
man. Lane's an idiot. Saban, if they win this game, they beat Clemson. The last thing that Saban wants to hear is Lane running all over the place saying, I'm so great. Because he would do that.
Oh, he's going to do it. He's going to
do it anyways. Man. I know. But he is such a, every team he has left.
Man.
He's a schmuck. That's absolutely right. He is an absolute freaking schmuck, is what it comes down to. That's why he's going to Florida Atlantic.
Well, you remember the interview, man. He goes, that wasn't a discussion. That was an ass chewing.
Yeah.
When your head coach is talking about that, about your OC, you're not on good terms.
Hey, you know what? Okay, riddle me this. PJ Flack is going to Minnesota now. From it was announced today.
Yeah.
He leaves Western Michigan.
Well, I think that Minnesota coach getting fired is bullshit.
Yeah, I know. That's
bullshit.
Okay, so they got PJ
with what
Flack
he's
now.
done with what he's done to Minnesota in the last few years.
I know.
Man.
He is, he's made him respectable.
Well, Minnesota's claim to fame was Glenn Mason.
Yeah.
Ugh. What you got? You guys get a Big Ten title? No.
Yeah, Glenn Mason. Didn't he? What he was on the Declaration of Independence? Was he? Something like that. That tells you how far back that they go. So PJ Fleck goes to Minnesota, and Lane Kiffin goes to Florida Atlantic.
Yeah.
They're like 1 minus, A or something. Do they even have an A in the division? I'm not sure.
They're FBS.
Yeah. Okay. So my point is that there's just something out there about Lane Kiffin. I think everybody knows it.
He's just got this self-destructive type personality. Something, man. You confront him. I don't know. He just does something. He's just stupid.
And now I'm bummed. There was all the big thing about Leonard Fournette, about McCaffrey not playing. After I saw Jake Butt get hurt, he tore his ACL in that Michigan game. I feel so bad for the kid because he's going to be a tight end in the NFL. He still will be. He'll be drafted and all that.
It'll be 2 years.
Yeah, it's going to be 2 years. That's right.
And he's going to go probably in the 4th round.
I know.
3rd or 4th round. I don't know. I know he was a definite first rounder.
He was definitely a first rounder.
So it's going to cost him a round or two, which is going to cost him money.
Yeah.
He just lost a shit ton in cash.
Yeah.
So tell me,
I could see the kids. When you see that, I could see the kids. Unless it's like the championship game, do you sit out?
Well, I think you're going to see that more and more now.
I think you are. The kid for Notre Dame last year, Jalen.
Cowboys drafted.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But like Saban said, you're de-emphasizing the other bowl games.
That's right. That's exactly what you're doing.
But you know what? Okay, so why can't these kids sit back and go, look, man, I got money on this.
They do have money.
I got money on this.
Yeah, there isn't.
They get no money for jersey revenues or any of the ridiculous amount of billions of dollars. So you want me to play one last game for you when I ain't going to another freaking class ever again?
That's right. I'm going to put everything on the line now.
I got $20, $30, $40 million, whatever. The next 6 generations of my family is secure.
Yep.
And you want me to go play for the guys?
Yeah. I just no. Ain't gonna happen. So another question for you. All right, the Big Ten took a hitting, in the bowl games.
Well, we didn't do too bad.
What is that?
Hold on. Northwestern played a fabulous game.
Yeah.
At 6-6 and won. Minnesota won. Wisconsin won. The big boy upstage. Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State lost. But you know what? I really don't consider that Penn State loss a loss.
No. That was a draw. They lost, but it was.
That's a phenomenal bowl game.
That was a phenomenal game.
But Michigan and Ohio State, man, they shit down their leg, man. They both look bad. They both didn't play well.
But my point is, I still think the Big Ten was the best conference, even though with the bowl games. Because in the bowl games, you're playing the best of the other conference, and so I think the SEC was top end heavy. You got Alabama, right?
That's all you
and
got.
Then everybody else.
That's all you got.
That's right. In the ACC, you've got Clemson and
Florida
pretty
State.
much everybody else. Okay,
Florida State.
That's right. Give them Florida State. So just because the Big Ten lost in the bowl games more often, I don't think they knocks the conference. It's still the best conference this year.
It's a little different too, man. I mean, the Big Ten, the end of the year, you're in the winter-like conditions, the nasty wet.
Hey, yeah,
stuff.
Absolutely.
And you're playing like the between the big uglies, typical Big Ten bowl, and then all of a sudden, a month later, you're in most bowl games. You're in that little tropical paradise, digging life. So,
dude, all right, let's just cut this right to the chase. All right, we've been beating this shit around all over the place. Okay,
Clemson.
We got
Clemson. I think we've seen a team grow up.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to take it, man.
You know what? I give them the nod. They were in it last year. So was Alabama. But it's a second year for the Deshaun Watson. I mean, it's he's got the experience. Jalen Hurts.
That defense in front is nasty.
That's right. And you know what? Alabama is not a come from behind team. They are really roll tide. They play for 4 quarters and they just roll. But I think that Clemson has the ability to get ahead and just stay ahead. That's all they have to do. Just stay ahead of them. They don't have to beat them by 20 points. They just have to beat them by 1. And I'm with you, brother. I think Clemson. Isn't that remarkable? They only had to beat them by 1. I mean, isn't that profound?
That's true insight. That is true insight. After 17 weeks, you finally understand the game of football.
That's beautiful. So, I'm with you. I think Clemson. Clemson. I'll take the points, 6.5. You give me those points all the time, I'll take Clemson.
Yep.
And I think that the reign of Alabama at least stops this year. with Clemson taking them. And after talking to Brad, and then just learning about Clemson, these guys. I mean, go for it, boys.
27-21.
27-21. I stuck with this before. I'm going to go 27-24. Clemson.
Yeah,
that's a number that I'm going to stick with. Just going to keep sticking with. So, what do you say we segue over to some NFL action?
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to this, baby, because you get to run your numbers. Okay,
really?
Here it is.
Really? I'm so sick of this bullshit.
Let's hear the numbers. Go ahead. Go.
All right. Well, straight up, you were 10 of 16, as was I. We tied. The game's correct against the spread was a freaking abysmal 25% for Mr. Brimmstone.
Okay, all right, I'll take it. I mean,
but I really didn't reach any sort of skyrocketing plateaus either, because I only had 6 of 16 for 37. Now, for the year straight up, he's at 67%. I'm at 64. He's at 54% against the spread, and I'm at 50 dead on.
Do you remember early in the season, I said that I heard a interview with a dude from Vegas.
Yeah.
And they talked about, okay, what's the best number of guys against the spread? And this announcer was thinking, well, like 75%, something like that. The person. And the guy from Vegas said 52-53 is the best.
Really?
That's the most. And so there I am sitting at just over 54.
Hold on. I'm calling bullshit. I want that reference cited, bro.
You know what?
I want it cited.
You know what?
You find it for me, and I will give you all the props in the world, man. I think you're talking shit.
I'll tell you what.
You're probably right, man.
You know what? MGM Grand, I'm here. I'm here. I'm right here, guys.
We gotta be careful,
here.
Man.
It's
we keep banging numbers like this, and people start betting, and they listen to us, man.
We're gonna have. Oh my goodness!
Oh, it can get ugly.
Yeah, dude. What was those about those Robert De Niro movies with the gangsters in it? No, I don't want to go with that.
Yeah. You're going first.
Oh no,
you're going for the drive first. Let me know how it turns out.
No, it's been fun doing this. It's
wow.
It's always a blast.
But it's just so crazy, man. We've had such big weeks.
I know.
And then all of a sudden, 25 and 37% against the spread. What the hell?
You know what?
It's
week
man?
17 because for most of the teams, it's a worthless game. Okay, the Cardinals and Rams.
Yeah.
Okay, you look at the games.
But yet the bookies still know how to do it, man. You know what I'm saying? So you can't use that as an excuse.
It is impressive the way the bookies do it. It really is impressive.
I think they might cheat sometimes.
It's.
I think they may just be cheating.
I wonder if they get a Ouija board and stuff like that. I mean,
voodoo.
It's voodoo and all that. So now, you know what? I don't even want to talk about last week because in the sense that except for my Raiders, okay, well, let me just jump right into it. I'm ain't going to play the music and all that sort of crap. All right, the Raiders 2 weeks ago lose Derek Carr. All right, that's bad enough. And then last week, Matt McGloin plays, and he gets grounded into the ground. He hurts his left shoulder. Now they're going to play tomorrow. They're going to play the Texans for their first playoff game in 14 freaking years, or 15 years if you say 2002. And now they're going to go with a rookie quarterback who has never started a game before. And
only the Raiders.
That's right.
Only the Raiders.
And the first time he ever even put on the uniform, activated for a game, was last week. So, wait a minute. Hot off the presses. Their left tackle, Donald Penn, is out tomorrow as well.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Seriously. I mean.
So you've got a quarterback who's been paid for like all of 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, we know a lot about Connor Cook, though. I mean, he's a baller. He's a baller. He went to Michigan State. He's got heart, man. And you know what?
What does he have to lose?
Nothing.
Nothing to lose.
I would.
You know what?
Here's how I hope it goes
the
down.
Damn thing out.
Play smart early.
Yeah.
But, once you get to the game and there's times you got to make a play, Connor, make a play, man. Throw that son of a bitch. Unleash it. Let it go, man. What? Let it loose.
You know what?
What have you got to lose?
I give...
Loose Raiders are dangerous Raiders, man. I mean...
The Texans defense, I'll give them a slight nod over the Raiders defense. But the Texans got Brock Osweiler, who has not been doing anything phenomenal at all. Basically, this could come down to the last, quarter. I mean, it just and so the Texans are only 2.5-point favorites. We might as well, because we only have 4 games here. We're just going to talk about it right here. I'm taking the Texans straight up.
I see 5.
Okay, no, it's the buys. Those are the buys. If you read there on the chart, it says first round buy, and we will publish this for everybody to see and pick on them when it says first round buy.
I'm going to crush you on this motherfucker. You do your pick for each game, and I'll do mine, dude.
All right. So I got to go with the Texans. Let's be smart. Go the Texans straight up. I got to go the Raiders against the spread.
No, you know what? Mr. Cook somehow out of nowhere gets it done.
I'm with you.
Mr. Khalil Mack.
Yeah,
he kind of hates quarterbacks.
Yeah.
He's going to set up some turnovers.
He's going to be set up for that.
You guys are going to get a short field.
Yeah.
Raiders straight up and obviously against the spread.
Okay, I'll put you down for that. Wow, that's remarkable. I like that.
I'm going crazy shit, man. This is going to be a crazy weird playoff, man.
Okay, go to the next game. Okay,
next game.
Next game. Okay.
You know what? Here's the deal. Seattle is like 7-1, 6-2 at home.
Yeah.
And they're just the opposite on the road. They stink.
Okay, now it's at home. This game's at home.
It's the 12th man.
Yep.
But I'm going. I just got this Lion vibe, man. I don't know why. I just like Stafford because he just doesn't give a shit.
Might as well go for it.
Sling the ball, dude.
I love it.
The only thing I don't like is their. I think Detroit wins. And they definitely cover 7.5. That's me.
Okay, well, because I'm going with the Seahawks at 7.5. I'm going to Seahawks with the win. I am going for Detroit to cover the spread. It's just for the exact same reasons you said. And I wouldn't be surprised if Detroit goes in there and surprises everybody about what they do there.
Yeah, okay.
It's that kind of game. Okay, the next game is Sunday at 1:00. The Dolphins going into Pittsburgh. It's always cold. I mean, in January.
Hold on. What's the freaking forecast for Pittsburgh?
That's a good question.
It's got to be nasty. I mean, it can't be good.
It's only going to be 20 degrees here, so it's going to be 20 degrees there.
Probably give or take.
It's going to be.
I got this wonderful thing called technology here.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Hold on. Give me a minute, man.
All right, no. I'm going to give you some stats here. The Dolphins and the Steelers did play earlier in the year.
Sunday. Let's see what
they did play earlier in the year. They played in Miami, and the Dolphins won big time. JAJ
19
had
degrees, dude.
19. Okay, I said 20. So it's
dude, that is a sauna compared to the last time I was at a Steelers game. I was at Big Ben's rookie season.
What was the coldest game you ever went to?
Dude, Big Ben.
Was it that one?
Yeah. The week before they played the Jets, and it was like 42 degrees out, man. We're in like a light. I'm in a T-shirt, maybe a sweater, jeans. There's all these crazy guys from New Jersey with like 400 pounds of food, man. And
here we go, Robert De Niro. Then, that's right.
And they're going, and they had the dudes. You got to eat this food, man. And they're we take this food back, our wives are going to kill us. And I'm like, okay, what do you got? Oh my God, what don't you have? And you got 7 gallons of friggin' whiskey. What the hell? But then the very next week they played frickin' New England.
Yeah.
It was the raw temperature was below zero before the sun went down. And for some goddamn reason, somebody decided to play that game at 4:30. It was like -7.
Right.
We sat in our seats, dude. I got a couple of beers, got a couple of drafts, sat them down, took a sip or two, set it down for like 30, 40 seconds, go to pick it back up, it's froze.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
The coldest,
it was so bad.
The coldest game I went to was in Buffalo. Saw the Raiders in Buffalo in December. Game time temperature is like 8 degrees. By the end of the game, it was like, 8 below. It was just, and then what you said is absolutely the same thing. I saw people walking up the stands with beers. By the time they get to their seats,
they're freaking ice, man.
The head was frozen. I saw them chipping out. That's right. They were taking straws.
I was going to say, you know what you do is you stick like an old popsicle stick in the damn thing and just flip it upside down and eat the sumbitch.
They were taking straws and chipping through the head.
That was the worst game I've ever been to in my life.
So, okay, the Dolphins, warm weather Dolphins, go into the cold of of Pittsburgh. The Dolphins did beat the Steelers earlier in the year in Miami. AJ ran all over the Steelers there. This is a different Steelers team. You know what?
Le'Veon Bell.
The Steelers are 10-point favorites.
Tannehill's out, man. Tannehill's out.
I cannot go against Roethlisberger, Le'Veon Bell, and Antonio Brown. And then the Steelers' defense is just going to just annihilate them. They will cover the 10 points with the greatest of ease. I'm going Steelers straight up and, of course, against the spread. What do you think?
First of all, what would you do if you met James Harrison in a dark alley? Is he not the scariest freaking man I've ever seen in my entire life?
He is
so freaking scary.
He should copyright that. He should copyright that scary look that he has.
Oh, my God.
He is just, you call him sir.
And he's what, like 275 pounds?
He's muscle.
He's 27-inch ridiculous arms.
Muscle.
Oh, my God. And he's like 37.
I know.
He's like, he does not care.
It's just, this might be, if they win the Super Bowl, it might be his last game.
He should be done. You got to go out. But,
so I'm assuming
the fact that you're getting close, he's going to start smelling blood.
Oh yeah,
he is going to slaughter people. I am taking the Steelers straight up. But you know what? Somehow, some way, it's a playoffs. I think Miami's got heart.
All right,
Miami's going to cover that 10, dude.
I think you're absolutely freaking nuts, but I like the idea.
Well, you know what? Who the hell would think freaking Miami go 10-6 this year?
You know what? That's a good point. That's a very good point. That's a solid call. Okay, so I'll let you cover
here we
me
go.
on the last one. Okay,
here we
Sunday
go.
afternoon
in
the cold of Lambeau Field. Yeah, okay.
Frozen tundra.
Give me your take on this one, my friend.
If you remember, like 6 weeks ago, Mr. Aaron Rodgers was like, you know what, we can still make a run. And since then, they've won 6 straight games.
Do you think he was prophetic?
I think he's disgustingly good. And he's beyond the human realm. And he 6 weeks ago, he goes, I think we can make a run. He's thrown 18 touchdown passes and hasn't thrown a pick.
Yeah. Okay. So he's got that going for him. Yeah, no. You know what? They found a running game. Sort of, kind of found a running game.
They found enough of a running game. The Giants are going to have to study it for a little bit.
So I'm watching the game 2 weeks ago.
Giants beat their ass. Here's my call, dude.
Are you serious?
Giants beat their ass.
Wow, that's okay. It's because it's Packers by 4.5 at home.
New York wins straight up. New York obviously covers, dude. That Giant defense is real, man.
Okay, so I'm going for the Packers. It's at home, but I am going to Giants with the points. So we're not too far apart. I mean, we're really close on that.
Far apart.
There is a possibility that the Super Bowl representative from the NFC. Okay. Obviously, they have to go through. I'm not sold. I'm not sold on Atlanta. Atlanta's got the bye. I'm not sold on
Atlanta's clowns.
Yeah, I'm not sold on them. I think they had a shitty division that they were in.
You've done nothing, Atlanta.
Absolutely.
You've done nothing for many years.
It's all roads go through Dallas, of course. But
come get us, baby.
That Giants Packers game, they're going to be, and that the championship weekend, you're going to see that game against Dallas. And it's going to be a fun freaking game. The other one is going to be the Steelers at the Patriots. Boy, that's going to be a freaking nice weekend of football. I mean,
yeah. You know what? That's where you talk to your woman.
Oh, yeah.
You know what, honey?
Hey, you know what we're doing?
Don't talk to me until like late February, or like right after Daytona.
That is absolutely. That's going to be a great weekend of football, man.
Yeah, it's man season now.
Oh, man. It is. As much as I'd love to pull for my Raiders, I mean, you know what? They did a great job. They're in the playoffs. I'm going to watch that game tomorrow. Like, it doesn't matter who's on the field. But, you know, you got to be honest. Okay, they got a lot of stuff going against them. You know, but, hey, you know, Cardell Jones, when he came in a couple years ago with Ohio State, you'd have thought, you know, Ohio State,
put up 59.
No kidding. They're in trouble there, dude. But, you know, so anything can happen. But, you know, this might be the strongest set of teams I've seen in the playoffs, and a number. I mean, just overall, when you look at the colors, you look at the teams.
Well, and there's only 2 9 and 17.
Yeah.
A lot of times you'll get 4 or 5 of them bastards in there.
Yeah, I mean, it is a nice looking set of teams there in the playoffs here. It's going to be fun, dude. So I think that I know what you're going to be doing tomorrow and Sunday. I know what I'm doing tomorrow and Sunday is watching some football here, brother.
Oh, yeah. I'm eating some food. I got a nice big pot roast. It's home, baby.
It's going to be damn cold here anyway, so what else should we be doing than watching some football? I can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
There's nothing other.
Drinking and eating.
Yeah, there's nothing logical to do except watch some football. So, dude, podcast number 17. As usual,
we're still going, baby.
An absolute blast.
Ciao.
I appreciate it. See you, man. See you. Bye.